I'm Glenyce Hughes, and I get to facilitate people in creating their dreams come true. How the heck did I get so lucky? Oh my goodness. So, are you willing to admit when you are defensive? Yeah. So this is a huge thing for, I would say, probably most of the population. And my journey with this whole defensive thing probably started when I was born, but really being aware of it, it started in 2012. I went to a 7-day event with Gary and Dane, the founders of Access Consciousness, in Costa Rica, and I spent the first few days thinking I made a mistake. This is still so funny to me. So the way that they started off the class was running a clearing that they felt worked for everybody in the room. And the clearing was, who or what are you defending for or against that if you stopped would give you all of you? I thought to myself, I don't defend nothing. Like nothing. So it didn't work for me. So okay, I came to the wrong class. All right. Took me 3 days to realize, holy hell. Back then, I defended in more so the way of defending against me. So I would have people phone up in my business and say, hey, I've got sciatica pain. Do you think what you do could help? I was doing a lot of different energy modalities back then. And I would say, probably not. I don't have experience with that, but go see so-and-so. They're great. So I would defend against me. I would defend people from me. And I mean, that's just one very small example, but I suddenly became aware of how much I was defending against me, which also allowed me to become aware of all of the places I was defending for me that I wasn't even willing to see. And it was such a magical class by the time I actually really was willing to see my shit. So fast forward to 2020, 8 years later, I've been really aware of defense, and when I'm going to defense, if I'm defending against me or for me or whatever, and I'm really way, way, way more present with it and willing to look at it. So earlier, this week, last week, whenever, I posted one of my funny memes as I post on my personal page on Facebook, and it was a bookstore, and the wording is in Chinese, but if you read it out the way an English person would, you would read it in English, not an English person, but the way you'd read it in English, it said it was funny to read it that way. So a friend of mine messaged me and she said, hey, I'm hope it's okay to ask you this, she said, but a few years earlier, her and another gal had been in one of my foundation classes, and they were speaking in a Chinese accent, and I, questioned them about it, and if it was a form of racism, and we had a conversation and nobody was offended, and it's just a great conversation. So when she saw that post from me, she got a little bit confused, because it's like, isn't that kind of the same? So anyway, as I was listening to her message, because we Vox her, I was listening to this, and at first I was like, well, no, it's because of this, or, oh, no, it's because of this, and I realized the defense I was going into. And I'm so grateful that 1, I'm willing to see my shit. 2, I've got friends who are willing to ask me more, but not from a you were wrong, because she was just curious. And so that contributed to me, and me going, wow, I'm defending against this. Like, I'm defending me. I'm defending against my choice of posting that post, which, interesting choice. And as soon as I recognize defense, I stop. And I just pod and pocked, and I messaged her back and I said, thank you so much. I realized that as I was responding to you, it was all going to be defense. So thank you. I have deleted that. So I've got a file on my phone of all my funnies to post whenever I feel inspired, and I've deleted it from there. Because you know what? It's not okay. It's not okay. In this day and age, it's not okay. And I never saw it as that. And I'm so grateful for her willing to ask me about it. And I'm so grateful that I'm willing to look at it and be present with it and recognize defense when it's defense and not make me wrong. I'm not wrong for it. It was actually a huge gift in me posting it because I got way more awareness. She got way more awareness. Maybe there's other people who got way more awareness. I mean, whatever it is, it was really such a gift. And I'm not wrong. But I'm also willing to make choices that create more on the planet now. I'm way more aware now with regards to this. Yeah. So what else is possible, guys? If we're willing to see our shit, willing to change it, and willing to then talk about it. Yeah. What might we create with that? Have an awesome week, sweet friends. I look forward to chatting again next week.